Our next finalist has swum half a mile with blackout goggles in tribute to the Paralympic swimmers that she's coached or trained. I don't have a joke here. I just think that's really bloody impressive, don't you? Right, please welcome, representing the Northeast, it's Zoe Bell!
You are going to die. Hopefully not today, but someday you are going to die. Now, most people would like to die peacefully in their sleep, at a ripe old age and surrounded by the ones they love. Personally, I fancy something a little bit more iconic, like a shark attack in my 90s, or a skydiving accident on my 100th birthday. No? Well, what we can likely agree on, though, is that none of us want to die because of a paper cut. Now, at this point, you probably think I've lost the plot. And honestly, you're probably right. But death by paper cut is becoming an increasingly real possibility. Okay. So it's not the cut itself that will kill you, but the potential bacteria that it allows into your bloodstream. Now, death by paper cut doesn't often ever really get listed on a death certificate by a coroner. But a quick Google will show you a plethora of incidences of fatal and near-fatal infections caused by bacteria from these types of small wounds. Multi-drug resistant bacteria, superbugs, if you will, are a real threat to the human race. The World Health Organization labeled antimicrobial resistance as the next pandemic, and that was before we had COVID. By 2050, it's predicted that these superbugs will globally cause 10 million deaths per year, at a resulting cost of $100 trillion. We need new treatments and we need them fast before that small cut turns into your end. So, what can we do? Well, bacteria often compete for food, environment, etc. And they compete with each other. To do this, they've developed their own natural weapons. And these weapons we can use against them. And that's what my research looks at. So I extract DNA from bacteria, and I cut out the section that codes for these natural weapons. I then insert it into a new, safer, fast-growing bacteria, and get it to overproduce this natural weapon. I then test this weapon for its antimicrobial activity in the hopes of finding and developing a new treatment for these superbugs. Just to be clear, you are still going to die. But if my efforts are successful, it won't be because of a paper cut. Thank you.
Give it up for Zoe Bell, everybody! Right, ready for some questions? Sam, do you want to kick us off?
It's so interesting to talk about because I feel like a lot of us, or maybe some of the younger members of the audience, no offense, you might have learned about superbugs at GCSEs.
Yeah.
But all we learn is kind of what they are, antimicrobial resistance, and then we kind of learn nothing else. What do you think people should learn beyond the fact that just simply these superbugs exist for us to actually be able to imagine it and understand it?
I think, well, with it being labelled like the next pandemic, by the World Health Organization, people should know about it. You know, taking a full course of antibiotics is a really good thing to do, not just for treating your infection, but also saving our antibiotics for the future. At the rate we're going to run out of antibiotics and medicine because the bugs keep fighting back. These superbugs just won't be affected by the treatments. Simple, silly things like a paper cut can actually kill you, and in some countries, they are.
Oh, that's pretty scary. John, do you have any comments?
Yeah, I was going to say, really fascinating subject. I want to know, who do you feel the most important or relevant audience is for this topic, and why would they need to hear this message?
I think all of the audiences are important for different reasons. Politicians could have new laws and Protections, pharmacists, doctors shouldn't just be giving them out to people who've got a cough. They should be like saved and specific for what they're treating. General public, loads of things. Water plants, fun fact, you wee out about 80% of whatever drugs we give you in their whole state. You don't even break them down. They just go straight out of your system. And they go into our water treatment plants where there's loads of bacteria, there's loads of different things. Farmers just generically give antibiotics to animals and, everyone needs to hear it specific to their field and what they can do.
Wow, it's so glamorous, isn't it? It's so important. Give it up for Zoe Bell, everyone!